Hi everyone, I'm Ian Fales. Welcome to THUTV. I'm here with these two cool guys. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm really enjoying being here at Trojan Horse. It's my third year here. If you don't know me, I'm a visual effects journalist. I write for my own site, VFX Blog, and I also write for Cartoon Brew and VFX Voice magazine, 3D Artist, 3D World, and it's such a pleasure to be a host of THUTV. That's about me. I'm now going to introduce these two guys and also let them talk about where they're from. Chris.
Yes, hi. Hi, Ian. It's good to be here with you. This is your third year. This is my fourth year.
Wow.
This is my annual pilgrimage that I come to. I love THU. This is my church. And it's a wonderful place. So I'm Chris Nichols.
Yeah. Who are you?
I am Chris Nichols. I am the director of Chaos Group Labs. So Chaos Group does a bunch of projects with some of our users that have some weird ideas that they want to do, and so they come to me, and I say if we can turn that into reality. But the problem is I rarely say no, so we do a lot of interesting things, including the idea that I had to start a podcast called the CG Garage Podcast, and I think that's one of the reasons that Andre wanted to have me here because of that.
Who is your favorite guest on the favorite guest on your podcast?
You can't say that.
It is me, right?
Well, you were definitely up there. Norman Seif may have been a little bit higher, or Tim Miller, or Joe Kaczynski.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. It's been fun. So,
Oh, cool.
What about you?
So I'm Haje, and I am a kind of tech person. So I've run a series of startups in all sorts of weird spaces.
Okay.
I did one doing photography hardware, which I'm never doing again.
Really?
Hardware is hard,
Yeah.
as they say.
Uh-huh.
And I've done a SaaS marketing company, and I'm currently trying to convince people that talking about death is a good idea using chatbots.
Okay.
So all very nice and light-hearted stuff.
Okay.
But I think the reason I'm here is that I've done this being on telly stuff a little bit, and I like talking to people. So sitting here and asking persnickety questions and figuring out what's what.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're here, three of us right now, is
Right.
because we're going to be telling you what we're actually going to be doing for the rest of the week, right?
What are we going to
Yeah.
do
What,
for the rest of the week?
Let's glad you
Could you
asked.
tell me, please?
Tell me, Ian. What are we doing?
Well, what's really interesting, I think, is that we're each tackling three different areas that Trojan Horse kind of covers. And because I write about visual effects and animation, surprisingly, my area is visual effects and animation.
Gasp!
Right.
But it's more than that. It's kind of going into the realities of VFX and animation production. You don't always get, when you're doing interviews, to get people to say the real things that go on behind the scenes. You know, how do you get a job in visual effects? What's it like at a studio? What's it like out of a studio? There's people I'm going to be talking to who are no longer in visual effects, but you know, they really use their skills to launch themselves out into new things. In fact, Chris, you're one of the people I'm going to be talking to.
Okay.
This is getting
Yeah.
really incestuous right now.
So
And is
I'm-
all of this available for free?
Well, actually, the coolest thing about THUTV is you can watch some of it live while the week's going on, but
Yep.
you can also subscribe, right?
Right.
And you go to the THU website.
And they show the talks and that kind of stuff?
Right.
Yeah, they show talks and then some shows.
It's really cheap too. Considering the amount of content that's out there, I gotta say it's really cheap.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking like 59 euros, right?
I think so. I'm not sure the price. You guys have to check. But go to trojan-unicorn.com. I think it's /TV.
/TV.
And
yeah.
you'll get all the information about THUTV,
Yeah.
which will be great. But while THU is going on, we will be doing these live broadcasts, right? So
Yes.
you're doing the show about VFX?
VFX, it's basically Portugal time, 10 a.m. every morning.
Okay.
That's early.
Yeah, you're doing the early one. That's good.
Yeah, thanks. What about you? When's yours?
Mine's in the afternoon, and it's going to be Portugal time 3. So if people are in LA, it's like just as they wake up, right around that time.
Okay.
The subjects that I'm going to be talking about is how technology and creativity kind of work together, and what are some of the benefits of using technology for creative work, et cetera. So that's a subject that's I know a lot about because, you know, in visual effects, I was a visual effects artist for a long time, and I've studied for a long time, so I know about that. And so that's mainly some of the subjects I'm doing. And it's going to be very casual for me. Probably very serious for you, Ian, right?
Oh, I'm so serious.
Deadly
No, I
serious.
really want it to be casual, actually. That's
Yeah.
a big part of it.
Yeah, so it's much more. If you guys ever listen to my podcast, the CG Garage, you'll know that I basically I try to treat it like a conversation, and this is
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same thing.
What's
so
podcast called again? You've only mentioned it about 3 times so
try
far.
to plug it. Really? Yeah.
I'm
Good
not
job,
sure from
good
that
job.
hat. Where do you work again?
Really? The hat is there to cover up my head that was getting sunburned today. But yeah, no, it's going to be really fun to talk to these guys, and there's going to be a lot of different people that are coming on from covering lots of different subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. What about you, Haya?
So I'm going to be trying to talk about education and entrepreneurship. So basically, kind of both sides of the conveyor belt, I guess. How do
Yeah.
you get into the industries of doing creative work, of learning more about all the things that connect all the bits and pieces together, but then also the entrepreneurship side. So kind of how do you make money of any of this stuff? You know, what is it like to be a freelancer? What is it like to start a small company? And also be talking to some people who run some really, really big organizations to find out basically, you know, what does the dirty word money, how does all of that fit into things? Because
Yeah.
ultimately, you know, I've seen some amazing art here, but the whole starving artist thing has to end. I'm not a
Yeah.
big fan of that at all. I mean, people who do really good work should be paid properly for that.
Yeah, they should, and I think it's a real it's a problem when people say I'm an artist. They immediately assume that you're not making any money.
Right.
And the fact is that everything around us, right, this table, that lamp, everything has been designed or drawn or done by someone.
Yep.
So those are all artists, and that's a really
Yeah.
something that's important.
The coolest thing, I think, hearing about what you guys are talking about, and hopefully what I'm able to talk to the people I interviewed this week, is that I rarely see this conversation anywhere else,
Right.
apart from at Trojan Horse.
Yeah.
People here feel like they can speak more freely. They've either been in the industry and they know how it works, or you know they're aspirational and they want to know how it works, and they want to be part of a creative industry. And I think it's only in this environment that we can sort of feel like we can be honest with each other about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a big plus for me coming to something like this, where I do have to do often a bunch of serious interviews.
Yeah.
You know, about amazing work, but you sort of really get to the nitty gritty, as we say in Australia,
Right.
with these sorts of things. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good conversation, generally speaking. I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot. I know I'm doing something like 15 talks, so
Yeah.
it's going to be, I mean, I'm doing, 9 hours? You're doing 9 hours
Yeah.
of talks, and you're doing 9 hours?
I'm
of-
doing evenings, so I think my idea is generally to make sure that we have lots of pints in front of us
Yes.
and see where it goes.
a good beer. I may be able to do a good rosé for the afternoon.
Yep, that's been my special request to you for our interview.
Okay.
I'm now thinking I'm going to need to get coffee here.
Right.
every
That would be
morning.
the theme, right? So every session we would have like a kind of alcohol or beverage of some sort. Coffee,
Yeah.
rosé,
Whatever.
beer.
Sure.
I like it.
Yeah. No, I'm seriously looking forward to mine. Some of the highlights I was just thinking about were Ian Spriggs is my first up. He's a CG
Oh, really?
modeler. Yep. Ben Morrow, and he
Uh-huh.
did some designs for Valerian
Yeah.
and you know a million other things. Scott Ross is going to be chatting to me. Who else have we got? Chris Nichols.
Who's
Ed-
that guy? Does he run a podcast?
Yeah. Ed Hooks, who does acting for animators.
Oh yeah, I was
he's
talking
great.
to him earlier. So we should
Yeah.
actually mention we've actually been at THU for 2 days already.
That's right.
This is our
Yeah.
third day.
Yeah, it ramps up pretty slowly, doesn't it?
Well, what's really nice about it is the fact that we spend a lot of time together
Mm.
to become friends, and then when the actual talks happen, then we get excited, right?
Yeah.
And we get to be together, and so that sense of community is unique to this event. The community is really special, and I remember last year. You were here last year, right?
I was. Yeah.
When Andre and Scott were discussing about making this place bigger, trying to get more people here, and everyone was worried it was not going to be as intimate. But the fact is, it is bigger this year than it was last year, and it's just as intimate, if not more. Like, I think that it's getting really cool.
But there's also, isn't there one thing that's interesting about this event is that there isn't just one type of artist, and also, frankly, there's business people and entrepreneurs.
Right.
And you've also brought this year more ArcViz side of things, right?
Yeah. I'm sure I think that just getting a more diverse group of people here is what's really cool. But that's always been the case, right? Like, you go when Norman Seif was here, and he's a photographer, right? And most of the people here are like concept artists or visual effects artists or whatever, and then they say, what's a photographer doing here? And you realize that his talk is so relevant to everything we do. And the same thing with last year, David Lee Strasberg, remember?
Yeah.
And it's like his father invented method acting, and then so suddenly, like, oh, this is relevant to what I'm doing, you know? And Hook is a perfect example. Like, he's that bridge, right? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Hai, what's the best thing you've done so far this week, even though it's only 2 days in?
So I've had some really good conversations with people about what they're worried about and what they're excited about in terms of, making their first steps into the art world as professionals. And I think there's been some really interesting points made there about, how much, you get a lot of really good advice from people who've been in the industry for a long time, but how much is that still relevant? Has the industry moved along so much that, you have to be a little bit careful about which advice you take at this point? Or is it all still completely relevant? And I had some really interesting differing viewpoints, shall we say, on that. And I'm looking forward to exploring that further with the people who are coming on my talks. So that's been really good, actually, and kind of seeing a little bit of that, I guess, source criticism for advice, which I think is a solid idea for anybody ever, or at any time, But seeing that in this context as well is really kind of encouraging.
I thought you were going to say food, like some kind of, like,
the food was also very exciting.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
Well, I think it's just, this is my fourth one. What's amazing to me is every time I come, it's always different enough, or that really know what to expect, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always like, last year they started the Oasis, and this year they did the Oasis, but this year the Oasis is even better. Like,
It is.
It's amazing. Have you actually tried the food at the Oasis?
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
They've got I think they flew in a chef from London. Did you hear about this?
No.
No, yeah, it's amazing. Like, and you say, oh, I'm gonna get a burger. It's like, you're gonna get one of the most amazing burgers ever, and it's really good. And the other thing that's nice is that THU really tries to cater to the attendees, and the prices at the King Oasis are actually really low.
Yeah.
So it makes it affordable, and everyone can have a good time.
So you say you don't really know what to expect, but what are you hoping for?
I don't know.
You just kind of throw yourself into it and see what happens.
Yeah, I throw myself into it. I love the unexpected, right? So the karaoke battle happened last night. That was awesome.
Unexpected.
Yeah, it was unexpected.
And you were made to do push-ups this morning, right? As well?
Yes, that was also very unexpected. I did push-ups this morning. I was in boot camp. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, what's interesting is this all sounds like fun, and everyone at home's like, well, we're not there. How can we, feel part of it? That's the whole point of THU TV.
Right.
I've, sometimes been stuck in my hotel room working and been able to watch the live stream of THU TV in previous years, even though I have been here. And you do feel like you're part of the event because, frankly, the production quality and production level of this stuff
outstanding.
Is amazing.
Yeah.
They've got I don't actually know how many people, but I heard something like 30 of production team editing, on the fly, doing all this that we're doing now. They're pretty amazing guys.
Yeah, the videos that come out of THU TV are really, really solid, and the quality is really great. So I think it's amazing. Yeah,
and I mean that's the part of THU TV is feel like you're here in Troja, even if you can't get along to Portugal. Right. In fact, it is hard to get here. The tickets go out on sale pretty quickly, right?
They sell out in like a week or less, I think, right?
Yeah. So, we're getting the wrap up. 5 minutes. Okay. I was just going to talk maybe one or two more highlights from the sessions that I'm doing this week.
Sure.
One of the cool things is it's artists that you'll know from, if you're on ArtStation, if you're looking at 3D work and visual effects work. So it's those key guys and girls. But it's also companies. ILM is here, Luma Pictures, Ilion Animation, a bunch of others, and they're going to come in, people who work there as their managers, and people who work in recruitment. So my idea is to try and get a lot of tips and tricks for people who actually want to get a job in visual effects and animation. And clearly they're the best people to talk to. So, there's some of my highlights. Not sure if you guys have some more that you wanted to bring up.
Well, I've just, it's the people that are here are really great, and I got to see some, hear some amazing stories. There was someone last year that I talked to about his short idea, because we were talking about Brenda Chapman, and this woman was the emphasis on women and creativity. And he and I were chatting for a while, and he told me that his pitch is going really well, and so it's really nice to reconnect with everyone. So I really love this whole.
Hiya. Anything else? I mean, seriously, I am interested in watching yours, even though they're really late.
From a safe distance.
Because you don't get to see entrepreneurship in the arts discussed much at all, frankly. So I'm actually really looking forward to your stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be super fun.
Yeah.
We should probably let people know about that. What are some of what's going to happen next on today on.
All right. Well, we're bringing in the big guns, aren't we?
Yeah.
Andre and Scott Ross.
Yes.
The people behind THU.
Yeah.
Whoever's going to be talking to them next, I want you to make them cry.
I can try.
They're just going to round up where THU's been already and where it's going. Maybe they're not going to spoil everything that's going to happen this week, because that's a big part of
They
this.
only have 15 minutes. I don't think I have time to spoil everything.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard to stop Scott Ross talking sometimes.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
Yeah, so that's up next. And we should say the address again for signing up to THU TV is trojan-unicorn.com/TV. Hopefully there's something along the bottom here. There might not be. You can also actually, if you go to that website and also search for this on Vimeo, you can actually find previous editions of THU TV. There's been 2 so far.
Yes, this will be the 3rd.
Yeah, and you can sign up and watch those as well. And look, there's plenty of free ones on there just to get a taste of what actually is available for THU TV.
They're really great. I mean, it's the lectures at THU are some of the best out there, for sure.
Yeah, and just watch it in your own time, and it's like super good quality, and you actually, it's like a Netflix almost of art and concept stuff and VFX.
And the best thing is, you don't have to turn up here. You don't have to wear pants. You can just watch it. It's great. It's great.
Do we have to wear pants?
I don't know. They can only see us from top up, I think.
I don't know if anyone's seeing that here.
It's all good.
All right. Okay, so we probably should wrap up and let people know we're going to take a short break.
Yeah.
So we'll take a very short break, and about after that, we'll be back with Andre and Scott.
Awesome.
See you guys.
See you guys soon.